Hey parents, Carmine here with your video review of Sniper Elite 4. I find violence in games, especially shooters, to be an interesting topic for discussion. I see games that turn graphic violence into a cartoonish over-exaggeration like Borderlands, or games that include graphic violence but through their mechanics severely de-emphasize the end result, like Unreal Tournament and some of the other early shooters. And they will almost always get a lower recommended age than games that emphasize their violence or attempt to make it dark and gritty. At the heart of it all, violent video games are creating a Nerf-like simulation of something that is genuinely horrible. When a player shoots another in Battlefield 1, it's all too easy to forget the real-life detail of such an act and the horrific effects that a bullet impact can have on the different parts of the human body. Which brings me to the Sniper Elite series. The developers have mastered the sniping mechanics and systems they created and honed it into a craft that no other game even comes close to matching. Sure, games like Battlefield include bullet drop, but very few include mechanics like wind resistance or bullet deformation. And none of them have the signature X-ray vision that Sniper Elite includes. And that is the core element of the mature content. In fact, it's the only mature content. The X-ray vision mode shows the damage that a killing round does to an enemy's skeleton and organs. It is very clear that the developers have spent a significant amount of time modeling a realistic skeleton and internal organs. And while the deformation of these organs from bullet impacts aren't always completely true to real life, it's close enough that the player gets the idea. And the X-ray vision happened for nearly every kill I made. Now, as you're watching this footage, I want you to keep in mind two things. First, while these kills happen frequently throughout a level, they're often interspersed with 10 to 15 minutes of stealthily moving around the environment and finding a position that can easily see all of the potential targets. Second, while the majority of the kills I made and the majority of the kills you're seeing were in fact headshots, the accuracy of the modeling that went into the enemy's internal organs extends far beyond just the head and neck. The heart, lungs, intestines, and liver are all present. It is even possible to get kills on an enemy's testicles, and the game does acknowledge when the player does this and treats it as a killing blow. I'm not sure if this was originally included for accuracy, for morbid comedy, or some mix of both, but it's definitely worth mentioning. As a fan of shooters, I believe it's often far too easy to forget the true horrors of violence when we play games. I believe that violence in games isn't even close to violence in real life, but when we're pointing and clicking our opponents to death, it's important to remember and appreciate the fact that in the real world, these types of acts have real serious consequences. While we run and jump around firing millions of rounds downrange, I believe it's critical to be aware of the horrific results that even a single bullet can have on the human body. The sniper games keep this present for me, and for that I appreciate the X-ray vision. So here's the thing. We gave this game a recommended age of 16 years old because of the X-ray vision. If that was off, and the game asks you very plainly when you start it for the first time if you'd like to turn the X-ray vision on, the slow pacing of the game means that it would easily earn a 14. But I personally recommend that gamers play with the X-ray vision on. There's no other games I've played that have included this type of mechanic, and no, I don't count Mortal Kombat in that list. I'm setting up for the latest Prey game, so look for that and more coming soon.